Pledge of allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we get rolling, I just want to go on record and thank Willie Kennedy, Ray Gergel, Larry Dugree, Amy Kirshner, and the Rebels, and their other helpers that helped put the flowers in up on the corner. It looks great.
Mm-hmm.
Matty Corrigan.
Yeah, Maddie Corrigan.
Do you want me to post those pictures? They sent me some pictures, is that okay?
Go for it. That's fine. Yep. Does anybody have anything to add to the agenda? Can I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Bills, minutes, and treasurer's report? I wanna make a correction on here. Check number 6673, the Circle S aggregate, had an old notation there. That notation should be for the Tamazi burial, the Bob Charles burial, a load of sand, and 6 hours of bulldozer work, both at the cemetery and at the compost pile.
What does the propane take a rental for? Is that the one we have in the sewer pump?
No, that's for the lift station.
I mean, the lift station, not sewer pump.
Yeah, they charge us that every, well, last year it was 150, I believe. I assume that's because we don't buy enough propane.
I told them it's for emergencies only.
Yeah. So. And when you guys are ready, can I have a motion to approve the bills, minutes, and treasurer's report?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Old business, treasurer's report, Maxine, how are things coming along?
Busy. So on the audit, I talked to Peter down at Manor Costeria, and he says his goal is to get everything for 2021 done by the end of July.
Okay.
So slow but sure, they're working on it. And then I talked with Laura and
From the
Nick
state, yep.
from the state of Michigan, and she said that they're still just waiting on Manor to get their part of the audits done, so then they can start working on them. And just we went over the payments. They've only reimbursed for one set of invoices. But I have another one I sent in April, still haven't got reimbursed for that one yet. And then I got one more check to cash, and then I'll have another set of invoices to go in.
Okay,
So, just following up on those. Then, working on the IRS stuff. The two from 2016 had to redo the 943 that was sent in and make it a 943X and wipe it out.
mhm,
Sent in a 944. That was all filled out and sent to the state on May 27th. Then I started working on the 941s. So I did 2017 through 2024. All those 941s were sent in on June 9th.
okay,
So I still have to do 2015, 2014, and 2012. 15 wasn't complete in QuickBooks, so they gotta be in a box somewhere. So I'll have to come in and do some digging and find some paper copies and hopefully get those done, or whatever I can do them for them. So then that'll be good. Then it was time to do the tax bills.
mhm,
So we had a treasurer meeting down in Stevenson. All the treasurers from Menominee County got together. We went over with Vicky, how she wants them set up. So our tax bills will look just a little hair different. We used a different layout.
okay,
So those are good. I got the database rolled over now to a 2025 year. And the bills are created, sent over to Vicky for printing. And they should be ready to mail for, next Tuesday, July 1st. Then, now left on the tax bills, besides collecting money, I have to go ahead and come the 30th of June or July 1st, send the tax bills to all the banks for escrows.
mhm,
There's approximately 10 banks. I don't even know how many people who have escrows to take care of their tax bills. And then I have a thing from the state of Michigan for the Qualified Forest Program. They want a list of the qualified forest parcels,
mhm.
wanting the tax value and the fee. So I have to fill out a report. I'm hoping I can find that in BSNA somewhere. If not, I'll be looking up each one by hand.
That's
Right.
something that, yeah, that's something Brent
Brent
Starr
should
should
have
be able
all
to
of
help
that.
you with real easy.
Yep, nope, at that meeting down in Stevenson, they said it was what we have to fill out.
Okay.
Yep, so that's on my list of things to do here by the end of the month. Then, when we were at the meeting too, a couple of the treasurers have a BSNA scanner. And this year you'll see our tax bills will have a barcode on them.
Mm-hmm.
I set that up just in case we're able to get a scanner. That way then when the tax bills come in, there's no keying in.
Mm-hmm. You can just go,
Yeah,
yeah.
yep, scan it, and then I'll just have to enter check number and date
Mhm.
and do that, so. But I haven't heard back from BSNA yet on that. And just a thought for down the road, would be nice to check into an outside payroll service. So we won't in future years, whoever, it's Misty or Carol or whoever wants to be clerk or treasurer, won't have to be watching 941s, W-2s, and stuff like that. Sure, it's not much to do payroll, but it's just, they forget the end of the year and the filings. So just a thought on that. But that's it.
All right, well, thank you for
Thank you.
everything you're doing. Okay, rummage sale day date.
When is that? Somebody asked me and I couldn't remember, I know it's August.
We had set it for
The
what,
first
the old
weekend
Wittig,
in
the
August.
old
August.
Wittig weekend.
Yep.
Yeah,
I got some feedback from some rummage sailors that asked for either the weekend before Labor Day or the weekend after Labor Day.
And Labor Day is
Maybe we could come to
the
a
1st of September.
yeah, maybe we could do a compromise and do mid-August. And see what the feedback is on that.
Yeah.
well, they said they didn't like the first weekend in August because these people camp. And they didn't want it because they're gone camping.
Well, not them necessarily, but people. The way that they presented it to me was that people are on vacation the first week of August. That they think business would be better after or around the time the kids start school.
Used to always be after Labor Day, why did it change?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on who
Usually,
takes
yeah,
care of it.
after Labor Day it's cold and most of the college kids are gone. You wanna kinda get your rummage sale before these college kids go, because these college kids could use a lot of this stuff that are at these rummage sales. And, I don't know, the way I see it, the last few years, I don't think the rummage sales have been as big as they used to be at all.
Right.
You know, so
But I thought
that's
that
why I
was-
thought, you know, if you have it maybe in August, it's nicer out, you might get better weather, and people are still in the rummage season, you know? So, I mean, it's worth a shot. If it's bad, okay, well then we'll determine the next one next year, you know?
Works for me.
But
I tried all different,
I know you did, Carol. You
Before,
tried
after.
everything, I know.
getting information, input and,
Regardless, you're not gonna make everybody
No.
happy.
No.
That's
The way you
true.
do it,
No,
so-
but I don't like sitting out there freezing.
and I will
Well,
tell,
let's, how about this, let's try what you wanted to do, and then,
See what
if we gotta revisit it again after that, we will.
Well, that's what I said, if it changes, then we'll bring it up afterwards for the next year.
So it's August
But
2nd.
at least give it a shot, because
Yep,
usually
August 2nd.
not that many people could have been camping because they were probably all at the wood tick. Right?
Yeah.
Well, up
That's when
until,
they're all
up until
camping.
last year.
Right,
That
so
was
now
camping.
nobody has nothing to do,
well,
you know?
we did it Friday, we even did it, like, I tried to do 3 to 7 on Friday night, so the people that had to work Saturday could possibly, but then we had people having it all day Friday, so then it's like, but you can't stop them if they're advertising on the
Right, right,
So
that's
you just gotta
exactly
do
right.
what you think is best.
Yeah. Yeah, so,
Okay. All right, next, fireworks insurance. I imagine we're gonna do 50-50 like always.
It would help
We were hoping,
a lot.
Alright, so the total on half would be 1515.
Okay.
1515, I should say.
and you can keep those, and then you got a certificate of insurance, so you have a copy for the township.
So can I have a motion to
isn't it?
I gave it to Chad.
contribute
Oh, yeah.
50% of the fireworks insurance?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Motion by Brett, second by Maxine, all in favor say aye.
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 Aye, motion carried. Okay, July border review is set for Tuesday, July 22nd at 10 a.m. As of right now, there's no business before the border review that they have to go over, but that could change between now and then. Then the next thing is extra summer help.
Well, the only two I heard from was Chad Augustini, but his kids are only 14.
Yeah, we
And
can't.
I really don't
we
think
can't
our
do that.
insurance company would
No,
go, cause they really can't use any equipment.
yeah,
The one I did give one application to a 17-year-old, I ain't heard or seen him since, so. But Krolvitz said he would help mow grass next week, Jason. The 4th of July is the most important. 'Cause after that, you're pretty much on a downhill slide for the year, you know,
After the 4th.
so.
it's true.
So they have to be over 18?
16, so they would be able to
Over
drive.
16.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they still are limited to what they can operate.
Yeah,
You can see the regulations on their, work permits.
yeah.
Like even at 17, they're not allowed to run any power equipment or,
Oh, yeah, stuff like,
Especially
yeah.
after that kid just got killed down the state
yeah,
power.
the
So,
power stuff.
So, yeah, they should be over 18.
yeah. So, but Jason, he was at the housing today and he said Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, he'll cut grass. You're fine if you
Well,
have
you have
to,
to
so.
cut grass.
So we don't have to,
Let 'em
we
cut.
don't have to put anything in
I
the
I would
paper.
wait until next year we'll look at it and see,
Yeah.
but,
Not really supposed to,
Yeah,
and they're
every
supposed to
week,
always
working
have
every day, so,
supervisors.
yeah.
Yeah, he's been
Yeah.
getting
But
it
it's
done.
hard when-
So,
Good enough.
All right. Lake weeds.
see, it's going to be coming on the 30th. I haven't heard nothing else from him, so it'll be Monday. He's supposed to come and treat the weeds.
Okay.
I met with him out there, I think it was last Monday. Was it last Monday, Joe?
Yeah.
We were out there.
Yeah.
And he barely made it to Spider Island on his boat.
Yeah.
But it's bad.
She's pretty thick, so. But it's gonna be anywhere between 16 and 25,000. He hasn't sent me a price yet. I think he said tomorrow he would. Just so we have an idea of what it is, you know.
Does he know how long it takes for when he spreads it out for it to kill him?
7 to 14 days, he said he'll see it start.
What's the name of them?
The what?
Their company name?
PM,
PLM is.
ELM,
Lake and Lead Management Corporation, PLM,
Okay.
out of Gaylord. Mike Pickle is.
Now, from what I read, when they put that stuff in, it's 24 hours, nobody can be in the water
Really, he
after they
said,
do it?
from what he told us that day,
Because if he does it on Monday, are the kids gonna be able to play in the water on Friday?
That's what I asked
Yeah.
him, and he said they're gonna put 24 hours, but it not even takes.
they don't even
24
have to
hours.
really put that,
Yeah,
but they're gonna put it.
Okay.
because the one
Do they
came
have
up,
signs that they put up?
Yep, they put it all up.
do we have to post out like in the lofts like Hamilton Lakes did?
Probably couldn't hurt.
Oh, we could.
I didn't know, I just know they did, it was in their last week's lofts, this week's.
Probably wouldn't hurt.
But this stuff he's putting on there mainly targets the milfoil.
So is it gonna kill like that coon's tail and stuff too, or?
If he mixes something else with it, it would. You know, it would knock down some of the other weeds. But I asked him if
But,
he
well,
could. and he
the only
would
thing
see.
about putting it in Luffs is the Luffs net is gonna be dropping late Monday afternoon. They'll already be done by then.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
That's,
Yeah,
but if they post it by the lake,
yeah, he's
I
gonna
know
have
there was something
signs by the lake.
to do with, there was some restrictions on, like, if you used it for, like, watering and stuff, but we don't have any,
Right.
the only house is Brian's, and nobody pumps water out of it
Right.
to water their gardens, or,
Right.
like, on a lake with more people.
Well, our account only has 19,000 in it,
So I need him to give me
so
a
it's
price.
18,999.
Yeah, I looked at it on here. But it will be Monday.
so did we only pay taxes for the 1 year to do this, or is that 4 years?
Two.
It's a half a mil for 2 years.
But that was just one tax run, wasn't it? Or
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, what's in there now was the first
Winter,
round.
First
winter
round.
tax.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that, this December.
Right,
in
it'll
the second
accumulate.
election.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it'll be done. Community club?
The only thing is we haven't had a custodian now for the last month because Ruth has been sick. But she plans on being back to work on Monday, she said, so. Other than that, everything else has been going pretty smooth. Nothing new. So,
I'm gonna be meeting with, or I'm gonna meet with Lurch coming up here probably over the holiday weekend to look over the cement down here for that library grant.
sweet.
That's all I have as far as the community club goes. Parks and sewer?
Sewer, we had to have a new storm drain cover made for Corey, because it was pretty rough. We didn't want the kids, they never sent me a bill yet, Superior, but other than that, the sewer's good. Parks,
Has he got that board job lined up yet?
oh yeah, it's gonna be a month or so yet before you do that,
Okay.
yeah. Yep. Alright,
Is he keeping the grass cut out at the lagoons? I haven't heard from Bob Whiten, so he must be.
Yeah, he's got a brush, he had a brush hog out there.
Okay.
Yeah. He cut the grass inside, but he didn't get to the outside.
Okay.
Other than that, that's all we got for that.
Dusk oiling was done on Tuesday.
Finally.
Misty, did they do your entire road?
I haven't made it down the other end of it, so I don't know
'Cause
how
I-
far it went past.
I asked them to do from the corner out to Poop Horse,
Oh,
like I used to have them do years ago. So,
did go unnoticed, so made a huge difference.
okay,
Thank you.
good deal. All right. I think that's all I had for right now. Other board comment? Linda, do you have anything?
Basketball court is done. So, I was on the phone with Community Schools ISD to see if they would help pay to paint, or if they would pay to paint one of the courts, cause that one you could put. I didn't realize so many people are into this pickleball. I mean, it's a lot of people. So, Josh is gonna get back to me after we can find somebody who will do it. I called Dre's, they couldn't do it, he said, but it would be expensive for them to do it, so. I looked up what the court size is of that, but I'll get with Josh again and see what we can come up with something. I didn't realize it was that big.
Yeah, they had quite a few people upstairs when they did it.
Cause they're doing half of the basketball court in Powers. But can't remember what Josh's secretary's name is, but Powers did a grant. I don't know if they got it or not. I'm guessing it has to be Hannahville, unless they did a DNR grant for recreation. I don't know. But they haven't heard if they got it or not, so.
Speaking of grants, there's a grant program that is for projects up to $50,000 through, I forget which.
Is that the one you
Carol
sent
just,
me?
I sent
Carol
it to
sent it to, Carol and Kelly both
Well, Kelly had sent it to
the
me
other
and
day.
I forwarded it to
Yeah, but anyway, what I was thinking is I would like to send in a letter of interest, because it's for economic development projects and that sort of thing. I would like to send in a letter of interest for doing the chip seal on the Vega Road loop.
Rural Readiness Grant Program.
Is it the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development? I think that's the.
Michigan.
I read a little bit on it.
For.
But anyway, I gotta send them a letter on Monday morning, or before Monday morning, that we're interested in applying for
Yeah,
it,
it don't hurt.
so.
I have a question. Is the bleachers at the ball field been new wood put on them?
No,
No.
no, they don't have no paint. Me and your brother are gonna do them, but we're gonna move them under that pavilion for the winter. I didn't even
So
go
they're
pick
not
up,
gonna get done this year?
yeah,
Okay,
but before we even got a chance to do them, high school baseball was flipping done. So, I wanted to move them down for the mud runs, but they're so freaking old and afraid to fall apart, but then we get into the pond, so. But we're gonna do them. We got the wood already, it's that winter, we just gotta pick it up
okay.
and put them on there.
So who watches the bleachers down at the pond? Them are a lot of bleachers.
Them are sportsman's clubs,
The sportsman's club? Okay.
yeah.
We just put new boards on them, was it
I
last
know
year?
one thing
And
that
we gotta put some on this year. too.
I'm sure he's probably on top of it already, but one thing that we've gotta make sure is that Pat washes that pavilion floor off. 'Cause
That
it's-
was one
It's
of my-
bad.
It is,
That was one of my comments.
The geese have done a number, to say the least.
Me and Brett can probably do it, I think we did it last year.
But you should go, so there's no argument,
Yeah.
make sure Pat's aware. And then, I know there's always an argument, that's why I'm trying to not let you argue with your uncle.
Yeah.
I just don't want any arguments, cause we need both pavilions washed, and then we'll need a truck, or the side-by-side up for the fireworks, like we, because that's
I'll talk to Pat.
important.
but not on the hill. Which I understand, he bits, cause if you have a fall note that lands on that, it's gonna burn it up. So if you keep it down like by Paul's building or something.
I don't care, as long as it's in the area we
Right,
need,
that's what I'm saying.
my
He don't-
main goal.
He doesn't want it on the hill, which I understand. If one of them 8 inches come out this high and spins and drops in it, it's freaking toast.
That and I'm making I don't want anyone on the hill that's been drinking. If you had a drink, you don't go up there. You're not to be up there.
I take care of that.
Well, I'm just saying because it's liability for the township and it's liability for our fireworks committee and we don't want that. And if they're sober, I don't care who's there, as long as they're they're okay with, Henry's in charge and so. I wish there was a way to get rid of the geese so they wouldn't crap, cause we did get a couple loads of sand for the kids to play in, but I was like,
It's terrible.
I mean, they're a nuisance and
When we were
you
down there,
can't trap them and move them away cause they'll come back.
yeah, when we were down there for Ella's graduation party the other week,
Yeah.
it's everywhere.
I figured I didn't got a call this year to wash it off, so I was like, I wonder if someone else did it or.
Nobody's had nothing going on down there yet.
I figured.
We'll have to look into seeing if there's something if there's something they don't like that we can spread out on the grass in the park or something so that they won't land there. There's gotta be something.
Decoys or something, don't they have, like you can put something out there that would predator of them or some sort that you could put out there?
But then they get used to it.
Oh.
I mean, people have done it, they used to do it at the Yacht Harbor in Escanaba, but
Yeah.
then after a while, they know the frickin' thing ain't coming after them, then they don't bother them.
They did that at work with a fox. They got a fox
I don't know
statue,
yet.
and they would just move it around every so often.
Yeah, that's what you'd have to do, maybe that
Just
would work.
something.
Yeah,
'cause it's like-
I don't think it would work for our situation, but I know down in Milwaukee at the beach, they run dogs every morning.
Yeah,
And it keeps them away.
That's one
It
thing I
keeps
thought
them and
too,
the
but-
it keeps them and the seagulls
I
away.
mean, I used to put a string around the bottom because they won't cross it, but somebody trips over it, I mean, I hung ribbons and everything on it, but you can't
It's
really
just-
use it, cause you're always looking and see if you can step over a piece of frickin' rope.
There's gotta be something.
We'll have to
'Cause they won't let us
research it, or
blast
somebody knows
No.
something.
No, we won't let us shoot them.
Yeah, they won't let us blast them, so we gotta come up with something else.
I don't know.
And every generation that's born here
Will
are the
come
ones
back.
that come
I
back.
mean, if we would stay even on the other side of the pond where you don't have
Because
people using the beach.
They
and-
planted them there, that's the problem.
Yeah,
Should've never planted them frickin' geese.
so,
And when it does come goose season, they're gone. So you get the ones who are flying in to take a break.
Yeah,
Well, they can come out by the fields by our house and shoot them, maybe they're coming from there. We get, that one night it was like incoming, there were so many. Going to that back field.
is there any public comment today?
I just wanna go over, we have everything set up, I've got the ad, well, seen the ad in the loves, I've got flyers out. I've got the beer and the license for the liquor, you know, the beer stuff, and the band is set. I don't know if you talked to Whitehead about setting up the,
No, I mean, you
he
will.
knows, but yeah,
Still have
so.
it down there about the day before like always.
How many food trucks did you guys wind up with?
We
that
got Chelsea,
Mm-hmm. Sly.
Blonick from Powers.
Stop and go to.
Stop and Go 2.0. We got the Wrestlers, we got Matilda's, and
Curious
So-
Pig over by the car show?
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
And then, we tried to get the Mexican truck, but I haven't heard anything back from them.
None of that.
I gave them
I saw-
I gave them like the flyer, and I haven't heard anything. And then we got another one called Dirty Drinks, I guess that's a popular thing. Yep.
I saw an Italian wagon in Iron Mountain yesterday.
That would be cool.
I didn't catch the name off the side of it.
It's a really
But
popular
it was
thing.
parked right in front of the Ada Weiss Coffee Hut
Oh, okay,
in that empty lot.
okay. So I mean, the Mexican truck, I mean, look.
Cause is Marcia gonna be out of commission, I would imagine?
Marcia
She wasn't doing it this year
Oh,
anyways.
oh,
She's got
okay.
weddings.
She had a reunion,
Okay.
family
She's
reunion.
gonna be out of commission for a while.
Who is the other one, Carol, you said besides Stop and Go?
Stop and Go,
The wrestling
the
team.
wrestling,
Yeah,
Matilda's
Matilda,
ears, and she's gonna have water and, cheese curds, and
Elephant ears.
and
elephant ears.
Yeah,
And then we have a drink one that she calls it dirty soda, or, I can't remember what her name, it's written on the paper, but I can't remember. She's from, like Escanaba, Gladstone area.
okay.
So that's the ones I have so far. So, you know,
So probably Tuesday or Wednesday. Let's see if we can meet with all them.
I can send out a call or a text,
Yeah.
so I have all their contacts. And just go over.
Do you have a number for that Mexican? I'll call them. I'm sure I know what happened,
Can
but I'm
look.
not gonna say for sure.
I can look on,
You know,
they might, on their Facebook page, I might have a contact. I
guys don't wanna run out of frickin' food.
I had someone that was going there and get food, hand deliver the paperwork to fill out and then a flyer for the day. So they had all the information and I haven't heard back yet. And I mean, I didn't check the mail today, but I've been checking it every day. And, you know, and the mud run, they got that pretty well.
Yeah, the pit is done. They had where they train them in Escanaba to use the equipment. They come down and did all the work at no cost. A
Driving
training, more
equipment
or
and
less. for the
That's
equipment.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's a cool idea, whoever came up with that.
Kyle.
That was Kyle Montgomery, which worked out
He's
nice.
been
Yeah.
going to town, he's got he told me today he's gonna be picking up all the banners.
Manners.
They're in, Norway Mercantile just are like the best place to get banners and they're reasonably priced. So that's. what he
And we
told
got
me
all the
today.
trees out at the end and filled it in, but we didn't get no dirt in the cattails, so I'm sure I'll be getting a visit, but whatever. So if they can't stop, they're only going in the cattails, not in the trees, but they'd rather pull them out of cattails than wrapped in the trees, so.
All right, well, good, thanks, you guys.
One quick thing, are you guys doing the oil down,
They did.
oh, okay, I just know from the
Or
years
the
past,
parade.
with Brent, that was always a scramble at the last minute.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't check on that was one of the things that they told me they were gonna do when they called me on Tuesday morning. Is the one thing I forgot to mention to them was the alleys in town. I don't know if they did those. Cause they didn't have those highlighted, they didn't have that highlighted on the map that they sent me. But I'll check on that, and they said they'd come back if they missed something, so.
The, last thing is we've gotten most of the shifts for bartending and ticket taking, but we have like 2 spots for ticket taking and I think 1 or 2 for the bartending, so otherwise we're pretty much covered. I think it's only 1 at the end, so. So
At the
if
end?
you know of anybody, huh?
At the end?
For
Or
bartending,
the last-
is the last shift, like the
Yeah.
last 2-hour shift.
I can,
Otherwise, I
can probably slip back there and help for a while.
and then in tickets, I got 1 person covering the last 2 shifts. I just need 1 more to be with her. I can do some of it, it's just last year, every time I get sit down and I get drawn away from something, so it's hard for me to, I can, so. If somebody likes to take tickets that can't get up and walk a lot, I mean, you can sit. Got the mugs. Well, I got some mugs. So.
Okay. Anything else, Joe?
I'm good.
Misty?
I just have a quick question about the ball field maintenance. Was that the backstop? The $1,700 for Northern Menominee Little League?
No, that was for the Little League field, and there was a screw up on that, cause I didn't tell Linda we were only supposed to pay half. So Trista didn't cash the check, she called me, so I called Linda and said we have to redo that, and then she'll give me that check, boy, did. Cause we were supposed to only pay half of it,
Right.
and I forgot, when I sent her the bill, I forgot to tell her, to remind her that we were only paying half of it, so we'll take care of that. With Crystal, she said she wouldn't cash it, and then we'll just write another one, take that check and void it.
Okay.
That was my fault.
If there's no other business, can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
I'll check it.
Motion by Brent, second by Mark, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Hope everybody has a nice 4th of July.
Yeah.
We'll all be seeing each other, I would imagine.
busy.
I will tell Austin, you guys wanna put out stakes where you want them pointed?